Welcome to Whiskey Conversations in the Vault. I'm Daniel Whittington, and today I have a special guest with me, Emma Crandall. Welcome to your first time in the... Oh, wait. you may have been here a few times. Before. I'm going to pour you... I know this is going to shock you, but I'm going to pour you a Laphroaig 10. Partially because it's Laphroaig and, you know, it's you. And partially because this is the first whiskey I ever poured you at this bar.
That's right.
Right here, when this was my office and it wasn't the vault.
Mm-hmm.
And then changed your whiskey life forever. You're welcome. Cheers. What was your... Laphroaig wasn't your first time having whiskey, though. Let's take a sip, because, you know, you got to start a conversation with a little dram.
That's fair.
A good way to start the morning. Smoky breakfast.
Yes, the best breakfast.
So your first whiskey wasn't Laphroaig. I didn't introduce you to whiskey. You had whiskey before. Mm-hmm. Where?
I was studying abroad in Italy, and my friend liked whiskey.
That's sort of like a humble brag, just throwing that out there.
You asked.
Okay, that's fair. I did ask.
And I tried his whiskey, and I really liked it, and started getting into whiskey cocktails.
What was his whiskey?
I don't entirely remember, but I think it was Four Roses.
Okay, so it was a bourbon. It wasn't a Scotch.
Bourbon, yeah. I remember this like red emblem on the bottle, and it couldn't have been Crown because they don't export.
Yeah.
And so I think it was Four Roses. I liked it. Started exploring whiskey cocktails. I believe the first one was actually a Lynchburg lemonade.
Oh, what is in a Lynchburg lemonade?
Jack.
Of course it is. Mm-hmm. Just lemonade and Jack?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Sounds summery.
I think so, at least. It's been a long time since I've had one. But yeah, and then came back, kind of didn't drink much for a while, and then got back into whiskey. And I really didn't know what to order, so people would order for me. Like, I would be out with my parents, and my dad would be excited to try whiskey with me. We had a family friend that would like get all excited because I liked whiskey. So, or I would just go to the bar and be like, I like whiskey, but I don't really know what to order. And they'd make a recommendation, and I'm fairly certain it was all mostly bourbon. And so I don't actually remember if I had had Scotch before I tried this one. Or Irish or anything.
Well, I mean, if it wasn't a mixed drink, you probably, even if it was, it's not going to be like, oh, I drank a Scotch. It's going to be buried in the mixed drink.
At that point, even then, I was drinking it neat, but I didn't know what to order. So yeah.
Well, you showed up in here, and we met for the first time in here, and I had Laphroaig standing here, and I was like, do you like whiskey? And you're like, yeah, I like whiskey. And I was like, sweet, try this. But I did like the most non-som thing, which I didn't actually check in, get any information. This was just, we used to do this thing in my office that was like happy hour.
Yeah.
And so just people would come and hang out. Mm-hmm. And so I was just like, oh, here, have some whiskey. I wasn't in hosting mode, but I poured you Laphroaig, and then your first response was not like, oh, whoa. It was like, ooh.
I was enamored.
Yeah, immediately.
I like it.
Why? What was it that caught you?
I think it just, like, it reminded me, it was nostalgic. All the flavor markers.
For all the times you used to hang out with burning tires in a junkyard.
No, it reminded me of gardening.
Gardening?
With my mom. It's just like that fresh, moist dirt.
Yeah.
Like hands in the soil.
And like a burning leaf pile in the fall.
That's the thing. I don't really know where the smoke didn't really, like, trigger anything for me. It was mostly just the earthy quality to it, and I really loved that. And I had never had a whiskey that had any of these kind of flavor profiles, and so I tried it, and I was like, this is what whiskey could be. I was really surprised.
You realize that's a very rare entry level pour, right?
Well, I just loved it.
Although we have found in this, when we do tastings, I'm sure you've seen this, rarely do entry-level people really get into something as smoky as Laphroaig, but every once in a while you'll find someone who says, I don't like whiskey.
Yeah.
And then they'll get a smoky pour, and that'll change the game for them. Yeah. Or we'll have Soms that are like, I like bourbon, I don't like Scotch, but it will be a smoky one that gets the bourbon lover to like Scotch. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think it's just so different from any whiskey they might have had that it flips the narrative in their brain, maybe. Like, they go in thinking, I don't like whiskey, and whiskey is this one thing, and then they try this other thing. And, I mean, there are certain whiskeys I don't like. And so it's like, if that's all you've ever had and you don't like it, and then you try something new, it doesn't mean you don't like whiskey. It just means you don't like that one whiskey or that category or flavor profile. So it could just be either that, or maybe they just like the smoky character, like barbecue, or whatever it reminds them of.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I definitely think that switch the grid thing is very real.
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes I think maybe bourbon drinkers get in on that really heavy, funky oak tannin on the bourbon. They get more oaky and more cask strength. And that smoke phenolic note kind of has this Venn diagram overlap with all those low phenols. But do you still drink only smoky Laphroaig all the time? And that's your favorite thing?
I do love Laphroaig, and I can drink it any time of year. It does not have to be like a cozy dram for winter.
It's a beach pour for you.
But there's a lot of different whiskey that I like. This just opened up for me, like, holy cow, I thought I knew whiskey, and I obviously don't. And so this started my nerdy path of just exploring and trying different things.
Yeah, and it was only like 6 months later you were in Somm Level 1, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That put you into the whiskey world in general.
I was already starting the path of, this is something I'm really interested in, and I'm very curious about it. And then to try this just was like, oh yeah, I'm all in. And I just wanted to learn everything I could. And it made me realize that I do not understand all of the different flavor profiles that are out
what's
there.
possible out there.
Yeah, what's possible. So I started trying a bunch of different things, but I still love Laphroaig, and my tastes changed. There was a period of time that I hated sherry finished anything, and now I like it. But now I've also realized to what extent I like it. And
not all the way into the funky.
Yeah. Like just that like fruit character addition, the texture it can impact. But yeah, I gravitate and my tastes change, and there are times that I like one thing and then I don't, and then I do again. And this has just always remained.
So there's never been a day that you picked up Laphroaig and you're like, nah, I don't know if I like this anymore.
No.
You just heard a giant, massive sigh of relief across the internet. That was like, we can't lose Emma. She's the one who was chosen for Laphroaig. Do you find there was a long time with the tribe where like people would specifically always gift you Laphroaig? Does that still happen to you?
I mean, I guess so. Not as frequently.
Yeah.
But I think I still every now and then but it's always like it'll be something different. Like Jason just gave us that independent bottling, and then earlier this year someone gave me a Laphroaig independent bottling, and so it is still like a thing
you're known for,
gravitate towards, and I love it and I appreciate. My Laphroaig collection at home is fantastic and wonderful, and I love sharing them and showing people what the range can be. So.
We are going to Scotland for our honeymoon, but we went to Islay together a few years ago, and we got to do the warehouse tour. And if you are ever at Warehouse 1 at Laphroaig on Islay, there's a small little door entrance to Warehouse 1, and if you look at about 4 feet off the ground on both sides, you're going to see these claw marks on the door that are still there. It's when I had to drag Emma out of the barrel house.
Maybe, yep.
It was fun. Yeah.
It was so fun, and it was beautiful, and it just lived up to it was more than I could have imagined or hoped for. It's a beautiful place. It was so peaceful that day. Apparently, we got like one of their few days of summer.
Yeah, it was sunny the whole time we were there.
Yeah, and it was just beautiful, and our tour was lovely.
Do you remember the name of the woman who gave us the tour?
Michaela.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Islescapes, I think, is her Instagram. She did a fantastic job, and the whiskeys we tried were really great.
They were, and we one of those bottles we got to pull barrel samples, and we sipped one of them in the Rocky Mountains after I proposed, and the other one we're saving for our wedding day. So Laphroaig has played a disproportionate storyline in our friendship and to now.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're ever going to be able to walk away from Laphroaig.
No.
Yeah.
This whiskey has my soul.
But wait, what about me? There's a joke that I'm always like, maybe someday you'll look at me the way you look at Laphroaig. But it's the classic. To wrap up, what is one of your favorite moments other than being in Warehouse 1 and sipping Laphroaig? What's a favorite moment for you where like this? I had Laphroaig in this space, and it was just like that was a great memory. Have anything pop into mind?
Oh god.
It doesn't have to be the best one.
Yeah, so I got an independent bottling of Laphroaig, and it might have been you who gave it to me.
Is that the one from Irene's shop that I brought back?
No,
Okay.
no. I don't even remember what the company was, but I think it had teal or blue on the outline of the label, and it was weird, and it was so vegetal. It was kind of like asparagus. It was so bizarre. I had never tried a Laphroaig like that before, but I still loved it. But that just always stands out to me because I also love independent bottling for that exact reason, that they're different and you never, like, it shows you a different side. So it was just really cool to try it and be like, holy cow, this is kind of weird, but I really love it. And I think, like, that is a Laphroaig that I might not always gravitate towards, but when I do, I'm all in for the weird experience it's going to be.
That's fair. Well, we're going to do this again.
All right.
And I'm going to pour you something different. Okay. Fair?
Yeah.
I'm really glad you're here.
Laphroaig.
And we're both really glad that you're here. Cheers to you. If you like this conversation with this human, like and subscribe. Maybe we'll do more conversations with interesting, super normal humans.